Okay, so to give you all the information that I can, I did do a slide deck. I apologize. I didn't want to be PowerPointless, but it is going to organize things. It's also going to provide you with, answers to any of your questions you might have. So let me go ahead and share, and let me get this going here. Yep, share that. And there we go. Okay, so welcome. This is Learn AI. So it stands for Leadership, Education, and Research in AI for the Next Generation. So it's a graduate certificate in artificial intelligence and education. So this is a postbaccalaureate certificate. So it's, or in short terms, it's a graduate certificate. It is meant to, looking at the educational industry. A lot of people, they just sometimes they forgo getting all the masters. They may want to go back and get a second master's or something along the lines of that. These graduate certificates are great because they're 4 courses or 12 credits. And when you're done, you have a graduate certificate. You can stack these to where, if you want to accelerate in your career, you can obviously see, wow, this person not only comes with these credentials, but also got a graduate certificate in this area or maybe this area and this. So it's very marketable. It's also very, very quick. So within a year, you can have a graduate certificate. Anyway, there's the information. I'll have other brochures and information for you in a minute. So Montgomery County is actually our first partner. This is our pilot. So we just ended up getting approval last month for this program. And I'll go over more of the nuances about what you'll learn and so forth. But right now, a lot of you have these pressing questions about, oh, how much does it cost? How long are the classes? What am I going to learn? So I thought I would just get that out of the way. So this way, if it's interesting to you, you know right away. So just to give you a little bit of background on our agreement. So it's $1,425 a class. So just to give you a retrospect, that's a reduced rate. I think when I got my graduate's degree, I think 25, no, 20, about 20 years ago, I think it was probably just a little more money than that, and that was 20 some years ago. Um, with our MOU, we do not charge a registration fee. Um, we are able to provide you with this reduced rate and all of these bells and whistles. We can provide you 3 classes per fiscal year. So the nice thing about that is we even customize our schedule to kind of meet your wants and your needs to where, again, by August, I think the date is 8th, by August 8th, I think, you can have all 4 courses done. So you're billed and pay. So you are billed and you pay, and then Montgomery County ends up reimbursing you. So after all the said and done and all the reimbursement is done, I think each class costs about $108. So that is an extreme discount. I I'm really happy. I made sure to check and it's accurate, so I'm happy, and I want to provide that to as many of the teachers as I'm able to through this agreement. So, time. So, our this we have courses we run 8-week courses. And I'm able to launch this what we call fall term B. So there's a term A, which started right at the end of August, that runs until obviously the middle of October. And then we have a fall term B that runs and starts on October 20th. That is when this program launches with a course. So I am able to, with our agreement, able to accept at this time 2 cohorts, one filled with 25 people that are administrators, one filled with educators. So that's 50 total. Now, if you're like, oh my goodness, there's like 120, 130 people in this conversation, I'm really interested, but I might not be able to get it. There's 2 options. Number one is this is an ongoing partnership. That means that spring, if you don't get selected, you go on a waiting list and you can start in the spring. So that's the nice thing about this is that this is an ongoing partnership, and we staked a lot into doing that. So, just to kind of talk to you about the agreement, what we came up with. All right. So I'm going to go through here, and if you have any questions, just think about them. You can either put them in the chat box, or I can wait and make sure to stop at certain points and give you a time to ask your questions and stuff. Okay. So a little bit of an overview. As I mentioned before, this is 100% online. So it is built to be asynchronous, meaning that you don't have to meet face to face at a specific time like on Zoom. Now, some of the instructors like myself, we provide voluntary sessions where if you need help or assistance or guidance, we can provide you with that, kind of like virtual office hours. But the courses are tailored to be, they're catered for the working professional, to where, you will do the work when you can, maybe if you have a weekend or at night or something like that, but you can't commit to when it's going to be. We try to customize this and make it as customizable as we can, to fit your schedule. So what we focus on are AI tools, professional productivity, ethical considerations, AI-driven pedagogy. So all of the different, really big hot topics when it comes to AI and education. So it's not just about a bunch of theory and a bunch of, dry professors trying to teach down to you. No, it's about you taking what you learn and applying it to either your classroom or applying it to your school or district, to where you can start to adopt AI ethically, morally, and productively. So just to kind of give you a little bit of, I do have some course descriptions. I can give you some examples of like what you would be studying. So, as we kind of get going. Okay. So just to kind of, again, do the timeline to kind of map this out to try and be as helpful as I can. So I have kids playing outside my office. It's kind of nice. Um, so registration's now open. If you are interested, Donna and Brittany are gonna collect all these names tonight with contact information. Courses will start October 20th. I mean, it is a little bit competitive. I'm sorry, but it's a first come first serve. So the first people that register and get into the program, the better. However, we do offer those opportunities in the spring as well. So the first course is going to start off October 20th, so just about a little over 3 weeks from now. And it usually runs until mid-December. I don't have the exact date. But the second, third, and fourth courses are there as well. So it starts off, again, you get a break. We pick up back up in January. We then go into the middle of March. Then the third class starts in the middle of March, and goes until May 12th. Then you get that nice summer break you deserve. And then to kind of meet that fiscal year need, we start and we teach in a later term, a summer term for us. So we start off in July, but we end August 8th. So that means that you are able to take your courses and still meet our agreed upon 3 courses in a fiscal year. So by, again, August, you would have your coursework done. So that's just to kind of like a little bit of the timeline I tried to organize for us right now. And again, that's 2 cohorts, one 25 of educator, one that's filled with 25 of administrators. Okay. And just to let you know, I'd be your first instructor, both cohorts. So, and then it's not just me teaching all 4 courses. No. You also have other instructors as well. So target learners, as I mentioned before, who are our focus, who are our demographics when it comes to teaching? K through 12 educators, uh, school administrators, instructional designers, learning designers. They're the people that design coursework and training programs and stuff like that. If you decide eventually to go outside of K through 12, or to go into, corporate training and stuff like that, instructional designers, learning designers, that is a budding industry. Of course, school administration, of course, higher education faculty. Occasionally, we pick up some higher education faculty that are interested. So again, who are the stakeholders? Obviously, Montgomery County very interested in this. We are going to have open courses starting in the spring. This is really the pilot time, is starting off in fall, where you get the benefit of being the very first people in this program. Um, ed tech companies, policymakers, they're all going to be interested. To this day, right now, I sit on the Maryland Society for Educational Technology. I sit on their executive board. and they're still trying to get their head around how we approach AI in education. Okay, I think I pretty much went over that. Asynchronous, it's online delivery, virtual office hours. Okay, so some of the courses. So everybody starts off with EDU 6.0. It's teaching the digital generations. We need to really get an understanding of who our students are, who our learners are, and how to teach them, but also to explore how education can change in the age of AI. It's a course that is catered to all sorts of educational personnel. So everybody starts with EDU 608, and it does have quite a bit of AI content in it. And then we start off with EDU 638, which is a foundations course. It starts off with a little bit of the history of AI, but then it goes into, what is that, what is Chat GPT? How does it work? What are some of the things that we're worried about? What are some of the things that it's good at doing? What are some of the things it's bad at doing? What are some of those ethical and moral things? What are some of the other tools out there besides Chat GPT? AI has seemed to take over every different app and tool that's out there right now, and how can we leverage that for powerful learning experiences for our students. But at the same point in time, we have to understand that it's not just all positives. We have to also look at it critically. We have to explore, what are some of the issues, the disruptive innovation. This is a disruptive innovation. It's changing absolutely everything. We have to understand how it's changing things. We have to understand what are the cons to it as well, and how we can prepare for that, how we can decrease its impact in a very productive manner. Then we start to get into designing AI-driven learning. So this is where you actually take it and incorporate it into learning experiences. Administrators, it's quite all right. You have to do professional development, you have to do trainings. You are still the heads of your schools. You need to understand how this can be leveraged for powerful learning experiences. How it could be a great tutor, how it could be catered to provide professional learning experiences. I'm sorry, personalized learning experiences for your students. How it can be transformative for even our students that are most at risk of falling behind, or are resource deprived, or are or just we teach a diverse learning population. How can we serve them the best? We also then look at leadership. Okay, when you take this, when you take this program, you're going to be looked at as a leader in AI in your school district. They're going to be looking for you for maybe not all the answers, but knowing what important questions to ask. So how to explore the ethical, the equitable, the moral, understanding how to use them, how to use it in research, how to use it in data. Uh, Absolutely critical things to where you can use this in just about all different forms when it comes to your professional careers, both academically, professionally, or even personally. So again, and I'm not going to bore you to death with all the program learning outcomes. Just understand that these are all aligned to the ISTE standards for educators. ISTE is the International Society for Educational Technology. They govern our standards, and they're still kind of coming up with the rule book for AI use in classrooms. I actually took these different standards and I actually added and incorporated AI into them. So before I really kind of get into the answering questions and providing you with more guidance, just again, some of the benefits. Graduate certificate in 1 year. That is quick. And again, it's not us cramming it in you. We're not trying to make your life complicated or overstressed. We manage this well. We provide you with 4 graduate level courses that are going to really be able to be integrated into whatever your professional experience is. It's part-time. It's timely subject matter. AI is not going anywhere. We have to learn how to leverage its use and also understand how to think about it and use it critically. It's a new program. You get to shepherd this. You get to work through this. You get to have that very first AI in education degree, really, from Notre Dame, but from Maryland. We were the very first ones to come up with a program like this. Again, you're not going to be saddled with these 20-page research papers. You're going to be doing real world projects that are relevant to you and what you need to use in your classroom. Okay, so think about the unit you teach. Think about the professional development you have to teach. Think about the different templates you have to do. Think about that instructional walkthrough you have to do. AI can help you in many different ways, and it also can assist you in a lot of different um, processes and tasks. And think about how it would benefit your students and how to use it ethically and morally. Onboarding into the program is pretty quick. Donna and Wilbur had mentioned that they can get you into Notre Dame, get you your technology credentials, get you on. And luckily, I walk you through the entire process since I'm your kind of like the program director, the lead faculty, and I can guide you through that process too. So they're very good about onboarding groups like this pretty quickly. And again, this is ongoing. So this is a partnership, and the cost, it's gonna be rather, I think, rather affordable. It's a very beneficial program. It's really trying to tailor this to you. So I'm sorry if I sound like a used car salesman. I was excited about developing this from the very beginning as a proposal, and I'm excited to actually be working with all your groups. So I want to leave this up here just for a second before I stop sharing my screen and in which I can answer your questions. But here's the contact information. This is Brittany's email. Donna Schishler, who's on with us and introduced herself before, and that's my information there. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to us and we can get back to you. Donna will start like working again on Monday to go through that process and stuff about reaching out to you. But it's kind of like a first come, first serve for this very first fall term B cohort. So it's forming now. So I'm excited to work with you. I'm really excited to launch this. So really stoked. So let me go ahead and stop sharing and I will start to answer questions. Let me look at the chat and then we'll work on anybody else who, um, let's see.
Ryan, there's two questions that I want to share with everyone and let you respond to this question. And this is from the chat. So, one question was if they could not make it to the fall B term, can they now apply for the spring 2026 semester?
Yes, I would say yes. That
Yeah.
way we start getting them in and they'd be the first on the list. There's a question to mark when you're applying when you want to start. So if you choose spring 2026, then I'll know to put you on that list.
Perfect. And just to add to that information, thank you, Donna, is that when you go through the application process, the link will be shared to everyone that are interested. There is a section in the application process where you can select what semester you want to start. As Donna indicated, just select either fall or spring semester, and we'll process your application accordingly. Thank you, Donna. Another question for you, Ryan. Is it possible to spread out the courses to more than a year? Or let's say, because it's a sequence, like four classes, if can you skip one and then rejoin the other cohort?
Brittany would have to answer that because if she's if it's billing, that would if they're counting on 25, they're going to take those first classes and then 25 more, they're going to take the next ones. So, Brittany.
Absolutely. So, of course, we would prefer to make things easy and clean and follow the cohort, but we also understand that things happen. So, we can talk about that on a case by case basis, but it should not be a problem if you want to spread that out from the MCPS side. We're fine with it.
And we're fine with it on our side. So,
And
Perfect.
and the way it's going, we're going to be offering this class, but I'm never going to promise anything I can't fulfill. Is that there might be a semester where if you're taking a specific class, it's only offered, once. It's only offered in the spring. that is a potential issue, but I think we're like looking at a lot of problems that, don't exist yet. So ideally it would be a yes, but I cannot guarantee it. It's really, it's always important to try and start with your finish, but I get that life happens and I totally understand that sometimes you have to stop and maybe, start up again. We're trying to be as flexible as possible. But I can never guarantee that one class is always going to run every semester because we try and do these as cohorts for scheduling. But the way it's looking, I think we should be pretty safe. But don't
Thank
hold
you.
me to what it is.
Thank you, Ryan. So here's another question. I know there's a lot of excitement, and staff from MCPS would like to jump in and start their application. So is there a location to go register, or apply right now, or do they have to wait until someone reaches out to them to start their application? I think Donna.
Well, Wilbert, if you want, can you put in the chat the apply now link?
Sure,
And
I can
then
do that. Yeah. I
yeah,
will
then they
be
can do
putting
that.
the apply link to everyone in a
Hmm.
little bit, and you guys should be able to see that. Or you can simply go to ndm.edu and click on the apply, but I'll send a link to the chat
And then if
a
you
little
do
bit.
that ahead of time, can you just send me an email, whoever applies now before I reach out to you, send me an email to let me know that you have put an application in so that Alex and I can follow up with you, okay?
And I'm not just sitting here, I'm actually answering questions in the chat too. Is it possible? Okay, I think Adrian, I mentioned that. Do we need to have
So
oh
another,
a good
go
hold
ahead.
on one second, Wilbur. I'm sorry. Do we need to have a strong background in computers or can anyone participate? As long as you have a bachelor's degree, that's fine. I mean, if you feel
Mhm.
like you're technologically challenged, it's going to go pretty fast. So if you feel like you're pretty if you feel like you could do email and do like PowerPoints and stuff like that, you should be fairly safe. But you're going to be using computers quite a bit. So hopefully that answers that question. Go ahead, Wilbur. I'm sorry.
So no, another question. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
So, because we have established a strong partnership with MCPS, we have some of the attendees have graduated from Notre Dame. And the question is, um, if I'm a previous student of Notre Dame, do I need to apply again?
Yes, you would need to apply, but we wouldn't need any transcripts or anything. We would have them on file. So just let us know that, you attended. There's a section on the application where you say you're a former student. Then we know that we can have your transcripts from in-house uploaded, and then you don't have to order them.
Laura asked a question about can she see the class description again of the first course, which is EDU 608. Yep. Give me 1 second. I'll share just for a minute. And I can provide this presentation afterwards. I can actually upload it. Let me see how big the file is, and I'll try and share it. So I'll try and see if I can share some stuff. There we go. So here it is. It's EDU 608, teaching the digital generations in a globalized world. I won't read it, but it's a it's a course that really gets it started. It starts at what I call the 30,000 feet view of education, but it's still very practical. It still does a lot of things to where you're doing an audit of your school or your school or your was it your district? You do kind of like a tech audit. You are exploring classrooms. You are exploring schools. You're taking a look at different ways that people are using technology. You are looking at AI, starting to actually research how AI is used in education and what's coming up in the future. So it's not just about AI, but it's just about educational technology in general as well. You look at all the big trends. I call them the trends that bend. Those are the big things that are just really going to reshape human society, not just education. AI, there's a lot of other things, we're seeing tons of other things. Was it like artificial augmented reality, things like that. Flexible learning experiences like you're kind of seeing with this program, competency-based learning. So anyway, so let me go ahead and stop sharing now. And I'm back to the questions. Let's see. Is there a location to go to register right now? So yeah, Sarah, I think
we answered
yeah,
that.
yeah, just making sure. What is required for the application? I think you just fill out the application, and I think you have to get, if you are new to Notre Dame, I think you have to have your transcripts proving that you have a bachelor's degree, since this is a post-baccalaureate certificate. Wilbur, I'm correct, right?
You are correct, yes.
Okay. How much it will cost, and will MC pay for the course? So I think it's safe. Sorry if I mispronounced that. It costs $1,425 a course. You get reimbursed by your county. So the difference ends up being $108. So you do have to pay up front, and that is a heavily discounted price. But then, of course, after you are done your course, just like I used to do in Howard County when I was getting my master's degree, you would put in for a reimbursement. Oh, Brittany answered that. Sorry about that.
Does the 108, Ryan, covers the technology fee or registration fee, or is it separate?
I was told the registration was free.
It's waived. Yeah, the registration fee is going to be waived for the class. So
Perfect. So that's another benefit.
Let's see. Mariano said, can we apply for the course even though my bachelor's degree is from outside the United States?
we need a WES evaluation or another transcript evaluation, an approved one. So we would need that.
The answer is yes, but the difference is that we need your transcript to be evaluated by Wes, as Donna mentioned, to determine if the bachelor's degree taken outside of the United States is equivalent to a bachelor's degree in the US.
Yeah. Adrian asked, do we need to apply with official transcripts? I think that's always a yes.
Yes.
It's not yeah. And Brittany mentioned, yeah, it's not permitted. They can't share information with us like that. That'd be a massive violation of your privacy.
So most of the transcript, if you graduated from a school here in the US, you can order it either through Parchment or Clearinghouse, and usually we get it a day or 2 days after you request them. And so it should be an easy process to request your official transcript. In a case-by-case basis, if you're having a hard time requesting your transcript, or there's a reason that it's a college-based reason, because we've understood that there are some colleges that have closed or have changed ownership, then you just have to reach out to your admission counselor, and then we will work with you in that regard.
I had a question. What's the cost per credit? It's 1,425 divided by 3. So I was able to pass stats, but $475. So it's 475 per credit, 1425 for the class. Again, no registration fee.
And normally, to put it in perspective, our credit cost is $600 and the registration fee per semester is $195. So it's quite a discount.
So there's a specific question here about the application. So for those of you that are in the application now or checking the application, it's a quick application process. There's two selection there. There's academic program and certificates. So you need to go to the certificates and then look for leadership in education and research in AI post-baccalaureate certificate. That's the program that you need to select when you're applying for this certificate program.
Ellen asked, if you have a higher degree than a bachelor's, is it okay to submit that transcript? I would almost say yes, but I can never guarantee anything. Wilbur, Donna, if they have a degree,
We usually ask for a bachelor's, but Wilbert, you can I'll defer to you on that.
So it would be on a case by case basis, but we need the bachelor's degree because there are those students that have completed their bachelor's outside of the US. And if you have a master's degree, I might need to get back to that particular question because this is a post-bac and we really need to make a determination of your bachelor's degree. But the assumption is that when you take your master's, you have completed your undergraduate or bachelor's degree. So reach out to us and we'll work with you on a case-by-case basis.
and Saif, I think we answered your question. So yes, bachelor's degree is the minimum qualification to apply. Um,
And yes, the academic program needs to remain blank. You just need to select a certificate program. No need to select an academic program.
I have a question. I'm sorry, because I know that some people are actually going on and applying now. And I'm not able to do that right now, and there's some additional like instructions that are coming out, such as leave this blank and all of that. Will that information be sent out to us outside of this meeting, like in an email or something? So,
I'm going
yeah,
to send the flyer and information on Monday to everyone that attended this meeting. Okay.
Or I can quickly share my screen and walk you guys through the application process in 1 minute. Is that okay, Ryan?
yeah, go ahead. You should be able to share now.
Okay.
Oh, let me stop sharing. Sorry.
Ryan, you're not sharing, so
Okay,
Wilbur
go
should
ahead.
begin. I think that would actually be
Sorry.
very helpful,
I've got
Wilbur.
like three screens going right now, so it's a lot of people. Apologies. I'm gonna keep answering while Wilbert shares.
Okay, there you go. Can you guys see my screen?
Give it a sec, Wilbur. It's gotta come on.
There you go. I think it's showing now. So the link that I shared on in the chat will take you to this form. So you will fill out your email, your first name, your last name. So I'm just gonna pretend 4701 North Charles Street. And then here, you're gonna put your zip code 21210. And then the term, this is where you're going to select whether you want to start in the fall, spring, summer, or winter. So let's just say if you're going to start in fall term B, I'll select a fall. And then the year is 2025. And if you select a spring semester, the year would be 2026, right? And then you'll skip the academic program. You'll go
Uh-huh.
right into the certificate and you will select leadership, education, and research in AI post-baccalaureate certificate. And then you will click apply today. You're not quite done yet, right? And then you just say, okay. It will take you to the next page. It's loading. And then you will create your password and you just follow the instruction. And then the next step will involve questions like what colleges did you attend or have you attended? And then you'll fill that out and then click submit, and then that would be a completed application. Any questions?
All right, Wilbur, I have a
Good.
few other questions I was going to answer if nobody else has any questions about the registration process, but I'll wait.
Okay, because Costello, can you get off mute and ask your question? Or
Hi, sorry.
no worries. Go ahead.
I have I took the TOEFL exam. My degree is in ESOL, but I'm not quite sure my score. I mean, I know like around the date. It's on my transcript, but that's on my computer. I'm talking from my phone. So, and I don't see a place to upload my degrees.
You don't have to upload it when you submit your application. Uh, if you want to submit your transcript, and that's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. You can send all your documents to processing@ndm.edu, and I'm going to type it into the chat. So all
Okay.
documents needs to be submitted to processing@ndm.edu.
And
So when you request,
transcripts need to be official. They need to be sent from the institution that you went to or through Parchment.
correct. So when you're in Parchment or Clearinghouse, or the institution is doing it themselves, they can send it electronically by using that email address, which is processing@ndm.edu.
Um, Salima asked, if you were to leave Montgomery County sometime in the future, would you have access to your transcripts? Yes, you would have it through Notre Dame because you would be a Notre Dame student. So just to clear that up. Which academic member do we select? I'm not going to answer any registration questions. It seems like I think we went through them. And if you have any more questions, I'll put back up at the end the people that you can contact. See, I answered Ellen's question. Of course, let's see. Charles asked, I also pre-ordered transcripts a few years ago just in case applying for programs. They are still sealed. Is that okay? That should be okay. They're still
Yeah,
sealed.
if it's sealed and unopened, you can send it to our address, the 4701 North Charles Street, and then just put attention admissions processing office.
Excellent. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Charles. Good question. In fact, I still have two of them in my office still sealed. They have a lot of dust. They have a lot of dust on them, but we're not gonna make fun of how old I am now.
I'm right there with you. So hey,
I bet you're younger. You're still teaching, K through 12, right?
I am.
There you go. So you're younger in spirit at least. They beat me. The little K through 5 students. They tortured me. I'm still actually a substitute teacher. I'm just teasing. Let's see. Would recommend going.
I do have another question because I've heard you say this about the bachelor's. And so if you have higher degrees, if that doesn't matter, you only need to send in transcripts to confirm your bachelor's.
Correct.
Yeah, since it's a post baccalaureate certificate, so the least like the I'm gonna say the qualification is you have to have a bachelor's degree to get a postdoc. So that's the qualification. So yeah.
No, I just wasn't as forward thinking and have a transcript sitting in my drawers. So I was thinking like it's easier to just, go to one school and get my bachelor's, transcript. So just trying to think ahead.
Thank you.
I asked how are candidates chosen? I I really, if it were up to me, I'd take everybody right now. But it's not up to me. So it's usually a 25 for the teachers, 25 for admin. It's pretty much whoever finishes the registration first, the entire process. And again, I'm trying to show it. But again, it's not like we cut you off, you're done. There's going to be a spring cohort that starts up too. So that's kind of like your I want to say that's like if you don't quite get it this time, most likely you would get it the next time.
And what happens is Alex processes your application, and then she'll send me an email telling me that your application is complete, ready for review. So I have that in date order form. So anybody then that I admit, the first 25 admins and then the first 25 teachers will each be able to start in the fall. And if for some reason you find that you cannot, if you would please, as soon as you know that, let us know. Say you want to defer to maybe spring, then I could let the next person in if they wanted to start in the fall. Okay. So that way we're not starting with 25 and then 4 people say, oh, something came up and I can't start. And then, you're taking a spot that somebody else could have used. So that way you can always start in the spring or later on if we continue more, but everyone will get a fair shot that way.
Let's see. I think it's Rita asked, is there a way to get around not having a bachelor's? No, it has to be a bachelor's. Sorry. That's one of the rules. It's a post-baccalaureate certificate, so it has to be that. So sorry. Let's see.
Ryan, because a lot of people have asked about tuition reimbursement, I did just want to put out the general MCPS disclaimer that for tuition reimbursement, in order for MCPS to reimburse, you do have to be a permanent benefits eligible employee, which means you can't unfortunately be a substitute or a TPT or anything like that. But you also have to earn a grade of either an A or a B in the course. So I just wanted to put that out there so everyone is aware. And if you have any questions about, do I qualify for reimbursement, anything like that, anything on the MCPS side, please feel free to reach out.
Angela asked about how long does it take to get the reimbursement, I guess, after your course is over. So let's say in December, like mid-December, your course is over. About how long would it take?
Right. So it really just depends on the time of year. The person who does reimbursement, it's literally one person who does this reimbursement. So she does the best she can, but you have up to 60 days to submit for reimbursement. As soon as you get your grade in the course, submit for reimbursement. Um, sorry. And Susan, we will be sending this out, the recording as well as the slides, I believe. So that will all be
Yep.
in.
I'll
But
send this along to Brittany. Brittany, I could send it along to you tonight as well. So this
perfect.
way, and she has a list of everybody that
Yes.
joined us. So this way you can have this information tonight. I just have to process the video.
Yes.
But I could probably have it up and running probably by 8 p.m. tonight.
Perfect.
So
That's
I can make sure you get it. Is
thank
there
you.
any requirement for how long we have to remain employed to Montgomery County Public Schools? I don't think that's part of the MOU. So
No, I mean, MCPS would have me say, please stay with us for the rest of your career. And then after you retire, come back. But technically, no, there's no service requirement after you finish this program.
Susan asked, can I share the course schedule? I did not write it down. Yeah, I can share the screen one more time. You are going to get it this evening, Susan, if you're on the list. But let me see if I can share it. And again, it's rough. It's one I just made today. So give me 1 second. Share. There it is. So course one would start October 20th. It runs until about the middle of December. Then the second course would start off. You'd have a break of about a month. The second course would start off, I think it's January 20th and goes until March 16th. They're 8-week courses.
Did you have a slide that showed the course name that would be course one and course two? And
So yeah, it's the next slides. No, I don't have it's this course, this course, this course, this course. I don't have that because of it would be so the first course is this one, the second course would go this one, third this one, and then fourth this one. So it goes 608. Then it goes 638, which is foundations. It goes 639, which is designing AI-driven learning. And then 640 is the ethical leadership and policy and AI-driven education.
And I'll send a flyer out when I reach out
thank
to
you.
everybody on Monday, which will have all of them listed on it with all the descriptions.
Yep. So there's kind of like all of them in a nutshell. Sorry, can't make them any bigger. So let me stop sharing.
So I'm just looking at the website, and it looks like if 608 is the first course, there's not one scheduled for October. Is that
We
just going
put
to
it up,
happen for just
Susan. This is special.
MCPS?
This is special. So
Okay.
I'm gonna basically get off the call and say to my dean, "Hey, Dean, who's a good friend of mine. Hey, Dean, can you set up 2 classes for me, please?" And she's gonna say, "Absolutely, Ryan." So it will be up there.
Okay.
And just realize you can't register for the class until I have admitted you to the program. Okay. So once you apply and then your application is complete, then I will send you a plan of study with information on how to register for the course, because your application has to move from the application side internally to an active student. And then once you become an active student, then you're able to register. Okay.
Right. I am an active student.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
So that's why I was checking the course schedules
Yeah.
and not there.
Yeah, we're doing it. So we left it open so this way, it would we could customize it and they could add me in when I needed to. So yep, 608 will appear, and we'll set 2 of them up for the educator portion and the admin portion, the admin track. I'll call them tracks to make life easier. So an educator track and an admin track.
Perfect. Thank you.
Course load of time requirements. Lindsay asked a good question about the course load and requirements for the course. The policy, it's 37 and a half like hours. In 8 weeks, I'm going to give you like the estimate. It would probably be about 4 to 6 hours of work. Now some weeks are going to be lighter than others. But just to kind of give you an estimate, here, somebody asked for Donna's letter at ndm.edu. You are currently, oh, that's because I'm typing to the waiting room people. You're not in the waiting room. Hold on 1 second. There we go. There's Donna's email. And I can blast up the emails once again. For mailing transcripts, it's processing at ndm.edu.
And the address is 4701 North Charles Street, Baltimore 21210, if anybody needs the address.
I will type that in.
Okay.
Great.
Excuse me,
And
you
make
said
sure to the attention of the admissions processing department.
I have a question, please.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh,
Go ahead. Is it
So
like
for the
Lydian?
Lydian.
Okay.
Yes, for the program, you said that we should choose leadership in teaching, digital leadership, post-baccalaureate. That's it?
No, it's not leadership in teaching. It's leadership in, what's the name of it, Ryan?
Learn AI. So it's
Yeah, learning AI.
learn AI
Okay.
Leadership in education
and research and next
Yeah.
generation and AIs at the end.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys for this information. I was trying to get my transcript sent over. The email address processing.ndm.edu is showing up SUNY in Brooklyn, New York. Is that correct?
No. It's you said you put a period?
Yeah, it's processing at ndm.edu.
Yep, that's what I put. That's what I have.
Okay, so it's processing at ndm.edu. Did you maybe add U at the end?
Say that one more time. Did I add?
So processing at ndm.edu.
EDU? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying it right now. Admissions Processing Center. It's working on my end. Let's see. Processing at ndm.edu. Yep. It's yeah, so I tested it in my Outlook client and it sent me to the processing admissions center. So it is showing up correctly on mine.
It also gives the option for school name, recipient, and so school name. So maybe I'll just type the school name in.
Yeah, are you like ordering your transcript through Parchment? Is that what it is?
Yes, through my college.
Okay, so So you're asked, okay, so yeah, you need to, I guess you would go search for Notre Dame of Maryland University. Unless
Okay.
it's asking for an email address, then I think you would put the email address in. Sorry, I
Okay.
don't have it in front of me, so I can only offer so much guidance.
Okay. No worries. This is helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. I have almost 6 o'clock. I'm just going to stop recording